All right, good afternoon, friends, and thanks so much for joining us today for News 19 at noon. I'm Andrea Mock. Of course, this is meteorologist Daniel Bonds, and chances are many people watching us, Daniel, did not get a good night's sleep last night.
Yeah, pretty rough out there, including for parts of northeast Columbia.
Yeah, Fairfield County especially, some very serious storms. This is video of what Daniel believes could possibly be a tornado. This was shot by Peyton Anderson in the middle of the night. He and his dad, PJ, in the Allens Mill neighborhood, jumped out of bed in northeast part of Columbia. This is looking towards Pontiac, but tell us what we're looking at right here. Was you can see that the lightning is popping up.
Yeah, and again, this is slow motion video. It appears to either be a wall cloud or maybe even a funnel cloud at this point. We do know for sure there was a tornado warning in this area when this was shot. As of right now, the National Weather Service says it was likely a tornado.
Wow.
They'll have to send out a survey team maybe tomorrow or even on Saturday
to take a closer look. All right, we're going to show you some more storm damage in just a moment. But first, Daniel's going to tell us what's happening right now in your area.
And luckily, those showers and thunderstorms have weakened. We still do have a line of showers and a few thunderstorms moving through parts of the Midlands right now. We'll zoom in here a little bit closer to these thunderstorms over in the far eastern half of the Midlands. These are moving over I-95 at this point. The strongest storm is kind of clipping parts of Orangeburg County. You know, it's all that lightning there in the southwestern part of Orangeburg County at this point. The good news is the tornado watch that we were under continues to expire from northeast all the way towards the southeast. Now the tornado watch does continue for Clarendon, Orangeburg counties until 1 o'clock, but as that main line does move through, the watch will be allowed to expire. So the threat for severe weather is gradually decreasing. We may rebound into the upper 70s and low 80s, and those chances for rain will continue to decrease. Partly cloudy tonight with lows in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. And it looks like we could do this all over again tomorrow at the same time. We could be dealing with more showers and thunderstorms. We'll break down your Friday forecast much further coming up in just a few minutes. Andrea.
Gracious, Daniel, nobody wants to do this over again, but we'll talk about that in just a little bit. First, let's take a look at some of the storm damage that we have seen when the sun came up today. There are trees and power lines down in Fairfield County. You can see this massive tree came down in the middle of the road. Thanks so much to Sheriff Will Montgomery, who was able to snap these photos for us and show just how powerful this storm was in the Fairfield County area. This is near Landis Road and Highway 213, where a tree again fell right across the road. Old Douglas Road, you can see more damage. I mean, this is very frightening because if you come up on this tree in the middle of the night, you might not see it. That's why we tell everybody to stay inside until the sun comes up and you can get a little better look at things. Crews were out before the sun came up trying to remove these trees, get those roads passable again for our viewers to be able to get to work and get to school today. And this is where we find our News 19's Shelly Garzone joining us live now from Fairfield County. And Shelly, how much have they gotten cleaned up so far?
Andrea, good afternoon. Like you said, we're here in Fairfield County, and as you can see behind me, I'm going to step out of the way. We're in the middle of the road here on Boney and Hood Road in Fairfield County in the town of Ridgeway. And as you can see, the tree is still in the middle of the road here. It's in the middle of the intersection. We've seen a couple cars drive by who've had to either wait for the other car to drive in the other direction because it is completely down coming up on the left-hand side. As you can see, there are multiple trees here down in the area. Now, the good news is that it looks like it totally missed the power line above us. If you look right above me, there are a couple power lines near this tree, but it looks like the tree totally missed the power line. I just spoke to a resident who was driving by who says he lives down the road, and he says that he's on his way home to check if he still has power. Now, he doesn't know yet. He was making his way to his home. The good news is that there aren't any homes directly near the road right here, so it doesn't look like any of the trees were directly impacting any homes, but there are neighbors in the area who are concerned to see if they do or do not have power. Now, it did stop raining a little bit ago, but it was nothing compared to what probably led to these trees falling down. I reached out to the city a little bit ago to hear about, what ideas, timelines of when the road will be cleaned up. They said they're unaware. They're booked with, lots of calls for people coming in trying to get the roads cleaned up. So as for right now, we are not sure when this road will be cleaned up, but they are working diligently to make sure that people can get to and from where they need to be. Andrea, back to you.
All right, Shelley, glad to see some progress is being made in Fairfield County. Thank you so much for the update. And you heard Shelley just talking about the power outages. So let's go ahead and take a look at where we stand currently. This is your outage map here in South Carolina. There are 29.9 thousand customers without power across our state. Here in Richland County, about 1,400 customers without power. In Anderson County, more than 21,000 outages. And of course, people are out on the scene working, trying to get your power restored. But if your power does go out, what do you do? Well, you need to be the one to report it. Don't always assume that somebody else has done it. You need to know the number for your power line company, or you can report it online if your phone is working. Stay safe, use flashlights. Always stay away from down power lines, and if you decide to use candles inside your home, make sure you put them out. Also, do not forget to report any down power lines or down trees to your power company as well. They kind of need you to be the eyes and ears on the ground. And to stay up to date with the latest weather anytime, be sure to download our WLTX app. You can sign up for notifications and get these notifications directly sent to your phone. So make sure this is a free app, and then also make sure you follow all of our fantastic weather meteorologists on Twitter.